Um, I don't have a lot to say, but I have a lot to say, and I'm not going to get into it. But everything is good here. Everything needs to be done all at the same time. I'm making good progress. I did a lot today. I did a lot last week, despite one day that it rained really hard, which is good. I'm not going to complain about getting rain because we really need rain, folks. We got a pile of it the other day. The 2 days before that, it misted, sprinkled both those days. So, I couldn't work on the house for 3 days last week. But the day that I did work on it, other days, there was a lot of priorities going on. So the one day that I did work on the side of my house, putting the shakes on, I went right to town. So that's coming along good. This is supposed to be a really nice week this week, so hopefully I can get a lot more done there. So I'm still taking care of the garden. I picked the last of my grapes today. The white-faced hornets have moved in over the weekend. Some of you know them by bald-faced hornets. They're real cantankerous. You don't even have to bother them. You just have to be in the vicinity, and they will come and they will get you. And the bald-faced hornet can sting you over and over and over again, just because it wants to and because it's able to, because they have what they call a smooth stinger. So, I went out to pick the grapes, found several white-faced hornets, so I'm like, no, I'm gonna get them just before dark, and that's when I did. I got 2 big bags. I gave 1 bag to my sister, and I kept 1 bag for myself. So the grapes are all done except for eating right now. So that's all good. I did dig up my sweet potatoes. I got them in the ground late, and we had a drought, and I neglected to water them like I should have. They had some pretty good lengths. They were average between 7 to 9 inches long, but they're only about this big around, inch and a half, almost 2 inches. The bigger ones will be good to eat. The smaller ones I'm just going to give to my cousin Shay, and she's going to cook them up because she makes her own dog food, so she's going to add that to her dog food. So there's that. What I've got to say that I'm not going to get into all that much, because I could get really carried away on a few topics, and this topic is one of them, and I'm not going there. I'm just going to say, folks, if we thought the last few years were batshit crazy, I'm telling you, I don't even know what level we're at, and I don't know what level we're going to. We're not acting like we're not acting like a civilized country. We are not. I don't know where people's minds have gone. There is so much anger. There's so much entitlement. And if you don't think their way, and then you don't deserve to be breathing air. So as far as, I got to keep moving, folks, because that outside light, I'm kind of off to the side. So it wants to go off even more. As in shut off, because I'm not moving. So I got to keep waving my arm once in a while. Just pretend I'm waving to you folks. So I don't know where we're headed, folks, but I can tell you it's ramping up, and it's pretty scary out there. You wouldn't catch me going into a crowded area, a populous area. You couldn't catch me doing that, even here in Maine. We had I'm just going to put the word on the screen because I don't know if I can say that, here in Maine. And we've gotten them before. People are people, and people are going to do what people do. And the ones that want to cause hate and discontent are always going to cause hate and discontent. But there seems to be more people wanting to do that, and they seem to think it's okay. That's the answer to everything now, I guess. So it's just gone really in the wrong direction. So I think about it and I process it. And what I do here, everybody has their own way of doing things, but every time something batshit crazy happens, I dig deeper here, folks. I do. I dig deeper here. I plan more. I do a lot more things and come up with better ways to do things. Maybe I don't know, folks. I just what they call hammer down here. And it's a busy time of year anyway. But with everything going on, my nose is right down to the grindstone, and I am getting things done, folks. You all should be too. You all should be just paying attention. And boy, I was talking to a police officer. What was it? Saturday night. I was into a store. I needed a big bag of ice. And because my refrigerator is a cooler and it takes ice, right? So depends on what I have in there, depends on what I need. I either get a 15, 16 pound bag of cubed ice, or I get a 10-pound block of ice. Sometimes I put them both in the same time. Depends on what I've got in there, what I've got room for. But the cooler that I've got is a really, really nice cooler, folks. It holds ice for a week. And anyway, so I was into a gas station inside, and there was a long crowd, and a police officer walked in, and everybody's head turned. Nobody acknowledged the police officer. The police officer went and did their thing, and I was the last in line, so they had to come behind me. Well, I always pay attention to what's going on around me, and I always pay attention to who is behind me. I don't like anyone behind me in line. I don't like anyone behind me in line. So I heard movement, so I turned and saw it was the police officer, asked how the night was going, and we got into a conversation about all kinds of stuff. And another job that I had, I worked. One job I worked right beside a police officer, and another job that I had, the police station was on speed dial. Right. Had good working relationship with the police. So they said their job was busy, unexpectedly busy, and we got talking about this and that. And folks, I know there's some people in this world that just because a person does a certain type of work, they automatically do not like and do not respect that person because of their line of work. And the police officers, they fit that category with a lot of people. Now, I respect anyone in that line of work because, one, it's a very dangerous job. It's very dangerous when drugs and domestic violence is at play. They see a lot of awful things, folks. Their life is in danger from the time they start their shift until the time they end their shift, folks. They don't know. I mean, anything can happen. There's a lot of crazy out there, and it's not a safe job to begin with. So nobody acknowledged this police officer. I had a conversation. I thanked them very much for doing their job. I asked them to make sure that they remained safe. And I don't think they hear that enough, folks. I don't think they do. I don't think that they're always the call the police, call the police. They're the heroes. They're the ones that will show up and they will help you if you are in trouble, right? But a lot of people see them as a nemesis. And granted, there are some crooked ones, right? And there's some, just like with it, people are people, folks, no matter what kind of job that they do. You've got the crooked ones, you've got the lazy ones, you've got the motivated ones, you've got the ones that want to make their job a better place, right? And make everybody happier around them, but still do their job. So, folks, people need to hear good things, especially if you work with the public. If you work with the public, you get the grumbles. The prices are going up. You get the grumbles. You get all these negative comments and negative feedback, and all you're there is to do your job, right? Who wants to have everybody nag at you all the time? So I like to, if a cashier is very nice, they're doing their job, I thank them for doing their job. Have a good night. Have a safe night. And I always tell people to be good. I told the police officer, be good, be safe. And it's just something that I say. I don't even realize I say it, even on these videos. I usually end with be good. I don't know why I do that, folks. I don't know how long I've been doing that in my life, but apparently everybody else knows that I'm going to tell them to be good, right? So, but anyway, thank the people that are there to do a service for you. Thank them for doing their job. Tell them they've got a nice smile. Thank them for being polite. Thank them for being prompt. Now, I wouldn't do it in a way that's going to come off. I wouldn't do it in a way that's going to come off that you're hitting on them. That might be a whole nother thing that might happen. So, but if you say it in a way, thank you for being a good person. Thank you for doing your job. Thank you for making me smile. That goes a long ways, folks. And all the ugly that they have to deal with. Just that one person that comes in and acknowledges that they are a human. They are there doing their job. It's a tough job, just like any job. Some days are really rough, and some days nothing goes wrong, right? But still, even those days where nothing goes wrong, who doesn't like to hear, thank you for doing your job. Thank you for being polite. Thank you for smiling. Thank you for anything, folks. People need to hear that, and we don't have that enough anymore in this world. It's I want this, you give it to me, I'm entitled, I'm demanding you to give it to me. There's no please, there's no thanks, there's nothing. When someone holds the door open for me, and especially if it's a little young boy, but even the men, women don't hold doors, folks, for other women. They just don't. They just splat right in the face. A lot of women just don't care. But a man that is polite and courteous will hold the door open for you. Now, you don't see that very often, so I always say thank you so much. You don't see that much anymore. I really appreciate you taking the time. I really appreciate you taking your time to hold the door open for me. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Now, if it's a little boy like happened the other day, he couldn't have been more than 6 years old. The mother walked in. The boy was following. The mother didn't even hold the door open for the boy. She didn't. And he saw me, and he held the door open for me, and he nodded and acknowledged. That made me feel really good because he acknowledged that I was a person. He acknowledged me. He just acknowledged me, right? So the mother kept walking, right? But here's this young man, he beamed all over, and I made it a point to make it a big deal. I said, thank you very much. That is very big of you. You are very polite. What a nice young man you are. And he beamed all over. that's going to encourage him to do it even more, right? Well, the mother should learn, take a lesson from the child. She should, right? But if someone holds the door open for you, thank them. Make sure they hear that. Make sure you're saying it like you mean it too, right? So there's just not enough of that, folks, and I encourage you to do that without making it look like you're coming on to them, right? We just need more nice. We need more kind. We need to appreciate. We need to respect. But I can tell you right now, I can go right in the opposite direction if I am challenged and it's uncalled for. I can come right back. It's really, really fast, folks, how I can spin that around. And they're going to know they've been spoken to, and I won't even have to raise my voice, right? So, but when you talk to someone, look them right in the eye. Let them know that you are serious in what you were saying, whether it's good or bad. If they need a reprimand, look them right in the eyes. If you are giving them a compliment, look them in the eyes. Give that eye contact. It connects more. It does. So, you'll be good. Bye.